So we have with us a repeat offender, Tamara Shoemaker. She's been on the show for years now, and she's founder of Cyber Patriot program. So let's start off with that. We always assume that there's people that just never heard of you, and it's not for lack of trying, I'll tell you that. But
No.
so talk about the Cyber Patriot program and where we're at right now.
Sure. So, Cyber Patriot is a cybersecurity education program for K through 12. It even has a program for senior citizens. But the K through 12 focuses on getting kids acclimated to what cybersecurity is at whatever age level they're at. So, in kindergarten to fifth grade, we have a couple of really cute little video games that they can play that makes them cyber aware. And so they don't tell people things like I'm gaming and I'm home alone, that kind of thing. And then it progresses into middle school and high school where it's an actual cyber competition and folks go head to head against all the teams that are competing in their level across the country. And we have over 6,000 participants in different teams across the country. They even have it over in Australia. They have a whole separate thing that has, came from that over the UK and Canada. So it's a really cool way for us to integrate cybersecurity education into the schoolroom as an after-school program that's got a very low barrier to entry. Like you said, the old people, the thing you like about it is that we also have a senior citizen program that kids can study. In fact, anyone can study, but we really like the kids to do it because it's so much better if the kids who are grandchildren age learn this cybersecurity awareness thing and then teach it to their grandparents, or go to a rec center or senior citizen place homes and places and do do the class for them. And it helps both, right? It helps both ends of the spectrum. It helps those kids learn more because they're teaching the adults, and it helps the seniors take it on a little bit easier than if they're telling it. Like when we're all tech support for our folks, right? They don't necessarily like to hear it from us, but coming from the kids, it's a whole different kind of a feel, right? It's like the grandkids are visiting and they're helping. Back in the day, like when my kids used to come over and, program my VCR. Um,
Yeah, and I know Matt's granddaughter Grace is constantly teaching him about cybersecurity, right, Matt?
Yeah, she's 4 now, going on 19, I think. I'll tell you.
yeah. Be careful
But
those 4-year-olds. That's how I discovered that we had to do this early and often because my 3-year-old grandson was shoulder surfing my husband for his password. Now, not that he didn't know that that's what he was doing, obviously. He was just sitting on Grandpa's lap playing Angry Birds. But when it came time to he just had the iPad and he needed a password, he had already memorized the pattern, right?
okay, yeah, all right. So I know Cyber Patriot has a season, like a
Correct.
sports league. How is the season going, and where are we in the season?
So the season going pretty good. So we have we're in December, so we've gone through evaluating where the teams belong. So the first couple of games that they play, it helps you to understand what level they're at. So if they're gold, silver, which is the lowest level, gold and platinum, and then when we go into December, December is considered the state round, and at that point all the things that went before was just to determine what level they're in. So now they know what level they're in. So they'll only be competing against people who are in silver, gold, or platinum levels for the state champion for each one of those levels. And so each year we give out trophies for those levels. They don't do that state or countrywide. But here in Michigan, I want to make sure that kids at whatever level they're at and at the state level that they get an award as well, so that then they keep going and they work harder so that they can get to that platinum level and get to the nationals. And then coming up after that in January is the semifinals. And so those kids that compete in December will go head to head against just the kids in their own level, and then those levels then go head to head for semifinals. And then that semifinals is who determines who goes to national champions in March.
So, what's the number one issue facing Cyber Patriot, and how can listeners help you out?
Well, I hate to be a broken record, but funding, funding, funding. And as Mike's worked with me for the 10 years that I've been involved in this, He knows that I am not a very good fundraiser. I am real good about getting the word out. I'm real good about getting out there, but it's been very difficult for us to get real steady funding coming in, and it's gotten harder just in Michigan and actually nationally, and in general right now, because things are a bit of a slowdown, right, with groceries costing and gas costing and all that kind of good stuff. So we've got all the ways to get a hold of us, right? So I put together a GoFundMe just specifically for one project, and that is to get these magazines that we have given out for years. And I'm not sure if you can see. Oh, you can kind of. It's called Cyber. There it is.
Ah.
Cyber. There it is. It's an amazing resource for kids and parents. And so one of the things that our coffers have run low, and we've gone through all of them. And what I do is I take a big stack of these when I go to high schools and middle schools and talk to people, and when I do any kind of conference or whatever, and I give these out to parents and teachers and students so that they can help plan their career in cyber. And it really is an amazing tool, a resource that they can take with them. They can look through it. It also makes cyber a little tiny sexy, right? Because it talks about being a cyber hero, and all the different kinds of jobs, and all the resources are right in there. So I like to be able to scattergun people and tell them, go to the NIST NICE framework, go to CyberSeek, but it's written, it's in this book form, and it even talks about like how much money they make, what different kinds of careers there are. So it's a really good thing. And so I put together this GoFundMe to be able to restock, and so that we can go forward with the new year, and I can have a nice supply so I can continue to do the work across the state to get cybersecurity in all the schools in Michigan. That's my goal. Small.
It seems like I know you work closely with the Michigan Council of Women in Technology, and in fact won the education award with them. I know they got a lot of resources. Is that possible to talk to them about this?
So not on this piece, I'm buying this resource for us, but we are partnering with them with summer camps. And so their Camp Infinities will have I hope I'm not talking out of turn because we haven't completely signed any contracts yet, but we are going to working on their cybersecurity piece. And so what they're going to do is incorporate the cybersecurity or Cyber Patriot summer camps into their Camp Infinities this summer. And so I'm really looking forward to that partnership.
So I understand you're not only involved with Cyber Patriot, but that you're also involved in the new Michigan Women in Cybersecurity Regional Affiliate. And also apropos of recent news, I understand I should refer to you as Madam President of that organization. So tell us a little bit about how that organization is doing and how people can get involved.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Matt. Yeah, it was a long time in coming, right? A lot of us got together over the last couple of years to try to get us a Michigan affiliate. If anyone knows about cyber, what WESIS, and I'm going to assume that they don't, right? So WESIS started out as a student chapters of people getting together with one of the professors leading this chapter, and then the students joined, and they have an annual conference, and it's all about putting together people who are from industry and students together so that they can get co-ops and internships, and they can learn and can be mentored, and they can learn how to get into cybersecurity as a career. But now it's grown over the years. It's been going gangbusters since 2015, and it's grown over the years, so much so that we have these affiliates that are for the adults, for us professionals, right? So that we can continue to hone our skills. So at whatever level we are, so that we can continue to move forward. And in order to do that, we now have these new affiliates, and so we started it. It took a little bit, but we've got it going now. And so, in order to join, it's as the slide says, it's free to join the Michigan affiliate. You just have to fill out this Google form that we have up here, and it's also on our website. You fill that Google form out. We have a way of getting a hold of you. You can see our calendar and see what our events are that are coming up. Like this fall, we had one. It felt like every other week I was on the road, going to all the cybersecurity events that were going on to announce what WESIS is all about, and that we're here, and we're here to join. The other thing that you need to think about is joining globally, because globally, if you join, you get to be in all the webinars that are going on, all of the virtual career days. And there's a ton of stuff that's going on. I think I get an email probably once a week about a new webinar that's really exciting and will help us further your career. There's free training, there's scholarships, there's all kinds of really cool stuff that goes on in this WESIS program. And so I'm pretty happy to have helped kick it off. But we also have coming up, we do have a vote coming up to talk to have the whole membership vote for our executive board. And so, but you have to be a member to vote. And so we really want to push you towards this Google form so that you can be signed up and you can go ahead and vote for the upcoming election that's coming up.